even know where to start, for real. Like, it's been 3 years since my last video on this channel. So, it's like a bittersweet moment. Because it's been long overdue. I have so much to catch y'all up on. New hairdo. Life is good. I really have no complaints. Like, I'm blessed, for real. Like, I came a long way. Let's start with the shelter. So, those that know, back in, I think, 2021? Yeah, 2021, around, like, the middle of the year, end of the year, I had moved out of my godfather's house and decided to go into the shelter because at the time I was looking for an apartment. I wasn't working, but I was looking for an apartment. And then when I did find a job, it just wasn't what I thought it was. So it was like, I just had to figure things out at that moment. Me and my godfather had got into it. So me and him wasn't really speaking at that moment. So I was mainly like just trying to figure out what was my next moves, what was I going to do moving forward. I was still in a relationship with my shorty, so because he was living with me at the time, so it was like I didn't know if I wanted to go into a single shelter, but he was also in a situation, so it was like we only had each other, so it was like, fuck it, we might as well just do this shit together. So, at like around the end of the year, around December, we went downtown to like where you go to the shelter placement where they go. Basically, you go downtown, you bring your documents, your papers, and all that stuff, and they supposed to place you somewhere else downtown, so then they can finally figure out where they're gonna put you moving forward. So at first, we didn't have no domestic partnership certificate. So we was gonna be fucked. We was gonna have to go and figure out, and we was just gonna, I don't know what the fuck was gonna happen at that point. So I was ready to have a heart attack, but you know, being blessed and having my ancestors look out for me, by the grace of God, the guy behind the counter, he was like, you know what, don't worry about it, I'm gonna plug you in. Just make sure he like, matter of fact, go on your phone right now, put the application in for the domestic partnership, so by this week, you can go and sign the papers and do everything you gotta do. Cool. So at least it looks like I have the barcode number and all that stuff, so yeah. So we could go as a couple into the shelter. Cool. Did that. I can honestly say being in the shelter again, because I've been in the shelter before with my mom when I was younger. So it wasn't, I'm not going to say not much of a difference, because it was a big difference. Much of a difference because I'm older now and I had to like really like figure shit out and basically like keep my head sane from going crazy, because being in them type of environments and situations, you really got to be headstrong and you got to be focused on what's the whole goal at hand. So, luckily, I had my shorty that was helping me. He had found a job way before we even got into the shelter, so that was like a good thing. So he was already working. When we had finally got placed, they put us in Brooklyn. Auburn place. The area was nice. We like lived right across from the projects, but it wasn't really a lot going on, so it was nice. You live like around the schools. They had like colleges over there. The big ass park. It was nice. It was like, I think it was like Greenbelt or some shit. I don't know. I know it's something green, but it's nice over there. So did that. We was there for like, I could say 6 to 8 months, I could say, maybe 6 to 8 months, not that long. At least it didn't feel that long to me, because I guess once I started working, I started working. I got a job at Intrepid Museum on the pier. I was working there downtown. I think that's on like 11th Avenue or 12th Avenue or some shit. I know it's deep downtown, like 40-something street. It was calm. I didn't really care for my manager. She was a rude bitch. I don't know. That job was cool. It was like, it was an experience. I'd never been to that museum before, so working there was like, all right, I got to see a lot of free stuff, basically. Other than like getting on the ships that was already on the water and all that stuff. I didn't get on that stuff, but I've been around like the whole boat, and I walked in certain paths and, you know, met certain people, and it was cool. So then I applied for... I had applied for. Mind you, hold up, I thought. I didn't even apply for this job. My old manager from CVS, she had hit me up, because me and her was like still in contact. She had hit me up, and she was like, I got a job opportunity for you, because they're going to open up Century 21 again, downtown. Now, those who know, if you're from New York, you know that during COVID, they closed all them shits. So when they opened it back up, it was like, you know, everybody that was like tourists and people that love clothes and stuff like that, they was excited, but it wasn't what they thought it was going to be, because back then, Century 21, you get everything all in one stop. You get Christmas stuff, you get stuff for your house, home goods, accessories, stuff for your bags, stuff for your hair, all that stuff all in one. Now, when we made the new store, and I'm going to say we, employees as well, because when we got hired, that shit wasn't even finished. Let's clock that, T. The shit wasn't even finished. It was like, don't mind the train. I live right by the train. The shit wasn't even finished. So we was like sweeping up dust. We had to be in there in our masks, the hard hats, and I had the yellow jacket on, like the orange shit. Box cutters, walking around like if I was a fucking handy woman. So that shit was like blowing me. Hold on. So and this flavor is so good, pomegranate. It's my first time trying it too. So I had to deal with all that, and I got hired for a cashier. Didn't even really work on the cashier at all. At that point, I was like, once the store really finally got open, I was like, I guess you could say a person like a sales associate, kinda. I wasn't really working on the cashier, even though that was the position I got hired for. So it was a sales associate. I was mainly on the floor, just like fixing the shoes, putting stuff that's in the back, putting it out, all that stuff. Cool. Met a couple cool people. Couple people that I don't fuck with. But overall, the job was fun. I'm not gonna lie. The job was fun. It was just like, it was a lot of extra shit going on. Like, you know, relationship problems and people and employees and yeah, you know how employees be mingling and getting into stuff, and it be a lot going on. But that's another story for another day. So after a while, I think after Brooklyn, they had switched us to the Bronx. So they only put us in 2 spots, which I, still to this day, I thank God, because I could really say, like, when I was younger, being with my mom, like, we done been to a couple shelters. The Bronx, Brooklyn. So, I even think in Queens, we was in Queens too. So, it was like, being older now and being in my own experience, which I feel like was a lot of my fault, because I wasn't really focused in my early 20s. I wasn't really thinking, like, I was thinking the long run and what I wanted, because I always wanted my own crib. I done applied the cribs. I done went to go see cribs, all that shit. But it's just like, when I was working, I wasn't saving up for the crib. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't on my shit to get the crib. So it was like, all right, girl, you got a job. You applying for this, you applying that. You going to see this job. I mean, you going to see this crib. But you ain't got no savings. I was just blowing shit. Like, so I wasn't really thinking smart. They moved us to the Bronx on Prospect. If you know, then you know. Being in the Bronx is completely different from living in Brooklyn. I'm a Harlem girl. So being in all these places, I felt like enough. Like, all right, put me in one place, leave me here. So by the grace of God, after we was in Brooklyn for 8 months, 6 to 8 months, they put us in the Bronx. I was there for like the rest of my stay throughout the shelter. Me being in the shelter, me and my shorty was in the shelter for 3 years. Now, let me tell you my journey with that. So basically, the shit was very depressing, very draining. I could say my job kept me busy, so I was thankful for that. I used to pick up extra shifts. Me and my manager got real cool. So it was like, I would just always offer, like, yo, you want to come in tomorrow? You want to come in on your day off? You want to pick up this extra shift? You want to stay these extra 2 hours? Yeah, fuck it, why not? So I used to be like, you know, why not? After a while, the job started getting draining. More so because it was just like, I don't want to do this shit no more. I don't want to work for somebody forever, and I'm only making like $500 a week, if that. Don't get me wrong. It was a good run. I should have been saving like one something, maybe 200 every check. But once again, I wasn't thinking like that. Even being in a shelter, like, I used to save, the most I think I saved up probably was like $1,200, and I blew that on living essentials. I had to buy toiletries, I had to eat, I smoke, I wanted to smoke. I'm a fake alcoholic, like, let me not say fake, yeah. But I had to do that. So it was like, it was a lot of stuff that I had to put my bread to, that I couldn't. I had a phone bill, I had other bills, I had storage bill, like, that I was paying damn near. At first it was like $30 a month. Then that shit went up to 40 something. Then by the end of the year, when I was about to leave the shelter, it was like $50 a month. So it was like, damn, like, plus that and my other bills and all that shit adds up. So I never really had time to save anything, because I always had a fucking bill to pay. So, being in that shelter in the Bronx, I felt it was way smoother than Brooklyn, because Brooklyn, you had to go through the metal detectors. You had to sign in. Don't get me wrong, you had to sign in the Bronx too, but I felt like after they changed management, around the end of the 30 that I was there, that's when they started being heavy on the sign in. Because I ain't gonna lie, I used to be on my bullshit. Sometimes I ain't want to sign in, I'm walking straight past y'all. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't even want to be here. Nobody want to keep signing in, and I gotta sign out. Like, bro, excuse me, that shit was just too much. So, don't mind my shorty chick. That shit is a mess. So, with that being said, it was like, that shit was just starting to become like a mental thing for me. Like, it was a time where I feel like, not only do I not want to fucking be here, like, I was starting to get real depressed again. Like, and I done fought depression already. If you see my previous videos, I done talked about fighting depression and losing my grandmother and all that stuff. So all that was just draining. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the good part I could say throughout this whole ordeal, I wasn't speaking to my family after like 2020. I don't know. I probably done told that story on here too. Me and my family had got into it, like me and my cousins and my aunt and stuff. But after that, a couple years passed. I seen my cousin downtown. This when I was I was on my break, getting some Wendy's. Somebody stops in front of me, so I'm like, you know how you on your phone, so you're not really paying attention. You're like, what the fuck? I pick my head up. It's my cousin. So he like, yo, I miss you. How you been? So we start talking and shit, chopping it up. He like, here, take my number, write me. I never wrote him because I was just like, I'm the type of person, I gotta let shit sink in before I sit there and go reach out to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta think first. I gotta let that shit marinate. So, ended up reconnected with my family. Been locked in with them. My cousin just had a baby. I'm a godmother now. Like, it's just a lot of blessings. Couple people I had to cut off out of my life. I'm not even going to bring light to their name or their situation. But I had to get that out, you know, like get rid of certain people. I could say this whole experience was not only like a spiritual journey, because I really got closer with God. Like, I started praying more. I started really realizing, like, everything does not work on my timing. And I had to really learn that shit. Like, as much as I want shit to hurry up and yeah, it don't work like that. You just got to go on God's timing and just wait your turn. And I waited my turn. It was a long 3 years. I felt like I was going to lose my fucking mind. It was a bunch of times I crashed out. I wanted to curse people out. I wanted to slap a couple people that was in the building, a couple security guards, a couple people that was working there that I felt that they wasn't doing their job. It was a lot. But I made it work. I prayed. I had my friends, my family that helped me thug it out. It was times I used to ask my friends, yo, lend me this, lend me that. I'll pay them back, which I always did. Like, I'm thankful for that, because not a lot of people got help. Not a lot of people got friends and family that they could count on. Like, I couldn't smoke. And you know you can't smoke in a shelter. Even though some people do. I ain't gonna tell my business, but yeah. You can't smoke in a shelter. So I used to go to my aunt's house, all the way on the west side, go smoke over there, and have to go home before 11. And I only started, at first I was calling that shit the trap. But after, that's another thing, I reconnected with my biological father. So I met my siblings. I got a sister. I got a little sister and 2 little brothers. So, like, reconnecting with them, that was a blessing. I'm mad cool. My stepmom, she's mad cool. And me and my pops had a conversation. And he's basically telling me, like, no matter where you lay your head, like, you make that as comfortable as you can. That's your home. Even though you may not want this to be your home. Of course not. Because it's not somewhere that you're going to be forever. But at that moment while you're there, you make it as comfortable as you can make it. So I started to take that and, you know, really think like, you know what? You got a point. Stop calling that shit the trap. After a while, I was like, all right, I'm going home. Once I started really manifesting my life, writing affirmations down and looking in the mirror, saying certain things and, you know, putting life into my whole situation and what I want, my whole life changed. I swear to God. Be having faith, be praying, journaling, shadow working, all that stuff really works. And that's why I be trying to tell my friends and tell other people, like, manifest the life you want, bro. I'm telling you, it really works. Like, I finally got my crib. My name is on a lease. Like, this is my shit. I could do whatever I want in here. Like, I be comfortable. I love my couch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could really say I came a long way. Like, and I'm blessed. I'm happy. I'm just, you know, it comes a time where it's like, you just so thankful you don't even know how to say thank you enough. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I've came a long way. Those who know, like, they done see me go through it. So, I'm just happy I came this far. I fucking made it. Like, 1 bedroom. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I'm going to be in my penthouse real soon. Like, yeah. So, what else? Let me think. What other tea? Yeah, because finally the sun is a little blocked now. So, I started my own website, goatedglamshop. I've been on a digital marketing journey, digital products, trying new things. Honestly speaking, I've been trying to figure out what I really want to do in my life, because I want to be an entrepreneur. That's my whole goal. I do nails. I have a podcast. I want to get more into makeup. I wrote 2 books on my life. All that's going to be in the description, in the bio, and all that stuff. So, I'm just trying to figure out what's my next moves. Like, I want to take this content creator stuff serious. I got to, like, really start posting every day, start vlogging. And then once I get some momentum and I get my money up, then I get a real camera. Stop recording on my phone. My uncle had gave me a MacBook, so I've been taking advantage of that. I had recently bought a course to really take this whole quote page stuff serious because, listen, yes, he's Justin LeBoy. He's lit of just quotes on his page. He got rich off that. So I'm like, all right. I made 2 quote pages. Plus, I be throwing quotes on my regular page. And I be getting like thousands of views. I done went viral plenty of times on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So it's like, what am I really waiting for? It's just me. I be blocking myself. I be just procrastinating. That's my biggest problem. I need to stop procrastinating. I need to just focus up and start posting. Even if it's some bullshit. Even if I think it's not going to be funny to me, it might be funny to somebody else. Just post it. Even this video. It took me so long to be like, all right, let me record this video. I already put all my stuff together. I made the cover, the thumbnail, all this stuff. Let's go. Let's like, stop playing. So, yeah. That's really about it. Like, I don't really have much. I don't really have any drama because I haven't really been into anything. I'm currently single, but, you know, I live with my shorty, so it's like, yeah, we figuring it out. That's more of like a trust situation, I think, on both parts, because we both did sneaky shit. We both said hurtful stuff. So, and we both took it too far on both ends. I'm not just gonna say him, me too. So, yeah, we figuring it out. We cool. We good. The summer's here because sun is beaming. It be hot outside. My birthday's coming up. I want to go to Tokyo this year. I've been manifesting that for a couple months now. I'm going to keep throwing that in the universe because that's where I want to go. If I don't make it this year, I will be making it next year on my birthday. That's going to be my birthday trip. But I do want to fly out this year. I have to do something. I don't give a fuck if I go to LA, like Miami, something. I just want to do something. I want to be on the island. I want to be drinking pina coladas. I want to look cute and not be in New York on my birthday. I've spent the last couple years here. The last trip that I went to was Aruba, and that was in 2018. And that was fun. That was like the first trip I went with my shorty and my pops. So it was a good vibe. It was fun. But yeah. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure stuff out right now. I still want to have like a little housewarming. I don't know when or how I'm gonna like set that whole stuff up, but I'm gonna figure that out. What else? I also want to have a cookout sometime this July, if not June, but I'm thinking more July because my goddaughter's birthday's in June, and I know I gotta get her jewelry, I gotta get the stuff for her party, so it's a lot that I gotta figure out for June, and then I gotta figure out my birthday in July, so it's like, damn, back to back. But other than that, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna keep everybody posted on the events that I want to have. I want to do a video soon, like a mukbang, and I don't know if I'm not sure if I'm gonna have someone with me, if I'm just gonna do it solo. I think my first one, I'm probably gonna do alone, and then my second one, I'll probably bring someone with me. I wanna do vlogging when I go out, like with my friends when we go to the lounge, we go to the club, because we be turp. So I want to start doing that. I got to start taking this TikTok stuff serious. I'm up to 6,000 followers. All I need is a couple more, 10,000, and I could get into the affiliate program. They say my shit. I could already go live. I really got to start going live soon. I might go live today. I don't know. But, yeah. I'm excited. And today's Memorial Day, so this is even more blessing. This is a sign. We dropping this shit today. That's that. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, MacTheeeGoat, 3 E's. I'm gonna put everything in the description. Make sure to check out my Amazon books. I also have coloring books and stuff for the kids. I have another coloring book for the smokers, for adults, for 20 friendly. I got a lot of stuff I want to do coming up. Yeah. So, just wanted to give y'all a little ones and twos on what's been going on. Oh, and I cut my hair. Recently I went and I got invisible locks. I don't know if y'all see that. Yeah. I went and got invisible locks. I had got them last year for my birthday. It was no problem. They look so cute. I love that. I think I got them too long this time. Maybe that was a problem. I don't know. Got them. They was good. Last year, loved it for my birthday. Got them again. And it gave me a bald spot. Right here. Like, all of this was bald. Like, literally. Thanks to the botano oil, it's slowly but surely coming back. I was just over the whole hair thing. So I said, you know what? Cut it. Cut it all off. I'm over it. Just cut this shit. And yeah, I'm happy I did. It's been giving Betty when it's done. When it's not done, it is what it is. I didn't really feel like... Okay, sorry, y'all. Low battery. Yeah, I didn't really feel like doing too much. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. I'll be back with more. I have a lot of stuff coming out, so stay tuned for that. I love y'all. Fuck with y'all.
Tell me, baby, do you wanna dance?